Let's talk honestly, without fairy tales, without fan fiction, and without the glossy magazine captions. Something did change between Prince William and Kate sometime between 2023 and 2024. And no, it doesn't look like a sudden romantic revival. What it looks like is a settlement, an understanding, a truce. Because whatever was happening before, the chaos, the tension, the obvious strain, has been replaced with something calmer, quieter, and far more controlled. Not passionate, not affectionate, just managed. And that alone tells us everything. Think about it. The breathless tabloid drama faded. The endless speculation cooled. The public appearances became fewer, but more strategic. They now show up together just often enough to reinforce the image. A couple of joint engagements every few months, carefully staged family moments. Long stretches of privacy in between. That's not romance. That's logistics. And since spring 2024, the message has been clear. This is stable. This is functional. This is staying exactly as it is. If you look at it like a modern aristocratic marriage, it suddenly makes sense. Kate gets security, status and space, reportedly a substantial private residence and a defined role. William keeps the institution intact, his future intact, and the image of a devoted family man, without needing to radically change who he is. In other words, both sides get what they need. Neither side needs to pretend this is a sweeping love story. Historically, that's a very successful royal marriage. But here's the problem. Certain fans need this to be a love match. They don't just want stability, they want passion, chemistry, proof that William and Kate are secretly just as enamoured as the PR says they are. And interestingly, that insistence ramped up after Harry married Meghan. Because once the public saw a royal couple that was openly affectionate, emotionally aligned and visibly in love, the contrast became unavoidable. Suddenly, every hand on a back became romantic. Every shared glance became proof. Every staged photo became a headline. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Body language tells a very different story. Kate consistently performs engagement, eye contact, proximity, camera awareness. William just as consistently maintains distance. He's formal, reserved, upright, often disengaged. This doesn't mean he's cruel. It means he's not emotionally expressive, and he's not interested in selling a fantasy. And when the camera pressure builds, the strain shows. This is where the media steps in to do the heavy lifting. Stories get inflated, moments get rewritten, ordinary gestures become epic romance. Why? Because, well, a functional partnership doesn't sell magazines. But future king, deeply in love, absolutely does. The problem is, the footage doesn't back it up. And honestly, the harder the press tries to convince us, the more obvious the disconnect becomes. It stops feeling aspirational and starts feeling desperate. Here's the thing no one wants to say out loud. Not all marriages are about romance, especially not royal ones. Some are about duty, some are about legacy. Some are about stability and optics. And, that doesn't automatically make them failures. The issue isn't that William and Kate appear to have a business-like marriage. The issue is pretending it's something it's not. When Harry and Meghan show up, Clearly aligned, emotionally connected, it doesn't cause the discomfort. It reveals it. And instead of accepting that different couples function differently, certain commentators try to rewrite history in real time. But the audience isn't blind. We've been watching for years. This isn't a newlywed fairy tale. It's a carefully maintained arrangement. And honestly, if it works for them, fine. Just don't insult the public by calling it a love story. So my absolute thoughts about this is, in a nutshell, is that their PDA is always incredibly forced and awkward to watch, and that is because neither of these two are PDA people. For all this talk about the Wales being more relaxed, I wonder if that is true, because Kate is stiffer than most upper-class Brits. They're still so jealous and insecure because there's no need to do this. Not every couple is so visibly hot for each other like Harry and Meghan. So this is just all a facade, because I doubt Scooter King William sees much of her, nor do they live under the same roof. Or he lives in another wing of the forever home. It's like those old fan magazines where the two movie stars who married are very much in love, and the next week they are Splitsville. All about image. It's rather cloying why the need to blast this spin if there's no trouble. So there you have it, squaddies, and it's a wrap. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Because sometimes the most interesting royal story is the one hiding in plain sight. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.